Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Chris.io.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rebel Racing Network and the National Outlaw Racing Association Cup Series. I am your commentator tonight, Austin Householder, and we are coming to you live from Richmond Motor Speedway, a 3/4 mile oval located outside of Richmond, Virginia, where these drivers will compete for 150 laps. The weather tonight, it is 70 degrees out, clear skies, track temperature sitting at a nice cool 74 for the time being. Even with those cool track temperatures, though, everyone having a little bit of trouble in practice sliding around, getting sideways, coming off of these turns. Just a quick update on the rules for tonight's event. These drivers are going to be given 4 sets of tires, 100% fuel, and 1 quick repair to complete the race. And this is the second round of the Cup Series playoffs. Take a quick look at our Cup Series bracket. Your round of 8 drivers are Christopher Foote, Jonathan Dominic, Seth LaCroix, Joshua Edmonds, Jamie Lee Dunning, Joseph Truskowski, Terrell Wheeler, and Tyler Street. You can see them outlined on the track with the green trim on their cars. They will have green on that splitter and that spoiler. Take a look at Tyler Street in the 4 car, making his qualifying run now. Tyler Street finishes up his qualifying lap. He is good enough to take the pole with a time of 21:52. Dawson Price in second with a time of 21:58. Jonathan Dominics in third with a time of 21:66. We're going to take a look at Seth LaCroix as he makes his qualifying run. He is looking to bring home a championship. And with a time like that, if he can keep that up throughout the race, he has a pretty good shot at it. Taking the pole with a time of 21:45. Here comes his competition, Joseph Truskowski in that 42 Iron City beer car. Racing out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I know he's already had a great day as the Pittsburgh Steelers knocked off the New York Jets with a 60-yard game-winning field goal by Chris Boswell. So he's looking to cap off his day with a win here tonight at Richmond. Now looking at Jamie Dunning on track in that 54 car, making his run. Truskowski did not get the time he was looking for, a time of 25:65 for that 42 car. And the Seth LaCroix fans enter in the chat now. How are you doing tonight, Lee? And with that, Jamie Dunning's going to qualify ninth here. Still 2 cars left to qualify. Cole Shapesky and Eric Jorgensen still have yet to qualify. But with everyone else completing their qualifying run, we are going to head down trackside for our opening ceremonies presented by Outlaw Flyovers. At this time, please stand as you are able, remove your hats, place your hand over your heart, and veterans render a hand salute as the United States Marine Corps Band performs our national anthem. All right, and we are back. Big thank you to Oorah Flyovers for those opening ceremonies. Something different there with the view from inside that C-130. Once again, guys, make sure you go check them out on Facebook. If you are a league owner, a broadcaster, or even if you're just racing the league and want to bring something extra to your broadcast, reach out to Oorah Flyovers on Facebook for a custom-made flyover for your league. Little update: Cole Shapesky and Eric Jorgensen still have yet to qualify. It appears they will start from the back here tonight, as we just have 2 minutes to go until the green flag drops. And Christina Edmonds entering the chat, rooting for Josh and Seth, another supporter of that veteran racing team. Once again, guys, make sure you go ahead and check out our Facebook page for the fan vote Dash for Cash. Once again, make sure you vote for your favorite driver for the Dash for Cash on our Facebook page. The rules for that are the next race, we will take the top 3 from the drivers entered in it in that poll, and they will be racing against each other for the opportunity to win a pot of $50. Our current leader in the fan vote Dash for Cash is Thomas Adams. Joshua Edmonds in second right now with the voting, and Tyler Street and Cole Shapesky are currently tied for third. Carol entering the chat, rooting for Cole. Christina Edmonds letting us know Chad is rooting for Josh as well. And it is almost time to get ready to give the command to start these engines. We're going to go ahead and run through our official starting grid of the night. Taking the pole, we have Seth LaCroix in the 29 car. To his outside will be Tyler Street in the 4 car. Dawson Price will roll off 3rd in the 18 car. Jonathan Dominics will start 4th in the 45 car. In 5th, we have the 17 of Joshua Edmonds. To his outside will be the 23 of Chris Evans in 6th. Robbie Good will be starting 7th in the 37 car. Steven Linger will roll off 8th in the 91 car. In 9th, we have Jamie Dunning driving the 54 car. Christopher Foote will roll off 10th in the 21 car. In 11th will be Chris Jones driving the 33 car. Terrell Wheeler is going to roll off 12th driving the 43 car. In 13th, we have Joseph Truskowski in the 42 machine. Rolling off 14th will be Byron Gay in the 20 car. Cole Shapesky is going to roll off 15th in the 9 car. And rounding out your field in 16th will be Eric Jorgensen in the 59 machine. And yes, that is a new look for the 9 car, Carol. Real quick, I want to just take a minute to talk about this 42 car, driver of the Iron City Beer car, Joseph Truskowski. We have been watching him through both the Cup Series and the ARCA Series, and he has not made friends out there. Again, was caught up in some incidents last week. He's going to have a tough time trying to drive from 14th up to 1st to try and punch his ticket to that round of 4. We'll be keeping an eye on him all night. Donaldby's here. Carol. Dustin Hadley in the chat, rooting for Jamie Lee Dunning in that 54 car. Glad to have you guys all here. The pace car is off. Seth LaCroix leading them to the green flag. Green flag waves, and we are racing. Tyler Street getting a shot in the back from Jonathan Dominics on that start, as he is going to lead them into turn 1, a nose out ahead of Seth LaCroix. And Street will take over the point position. Street already beginning to pull away with it. We are starting off this race. Everyone going single file early on here. It is a long race, folks. Back at the 91 of Steven Linger. Behind him, we saw Christopher Foote Running high through the turns, trying to find some speed up there. But we were talking about him during the parade laps. Joseph Truskowski in that 42 car, already up 4 positions from where he started. Trying to make his run to the front. Taking a look back at Chris Jones on 33. He has fallen fast all the way back to 15th. And some trouble for the 20 of Byron Gay. He is on pit road now. Going back up to the front there, looking at Jamie Lee Dunning trying to work his way around the 17 of Joshua Edmonds. Dunning going to try the outside, not going to work that time. This is the battle for 5th, folks. Edmonds appears to be holding Jamie Dunning up just a little bit, but not enough where Dunning can get around him. Now Dunning going to make his way around Joshua Edmonds, as well as Chris Evans. Chris Evans getting around Joshua Edmonds there as well. Joshua Edmonds off the pace here early. Now he's going to have to deal with that 42 of Joseph Truskowski getting ready to fill up his rearview mirror as well. Looking back at the front of the pack, Tyler Street continuing to open up that gap over Seth LaCroix. Now out to 0.8 of a second. We know LaCroix has the speed on the short run. His qualifying run, he beat everyone by 0.1 of a second. He tries to keep Tyler Street from pulling away. Look at the 42 of Joseph Truskowski, who has now gotten to the back of Joshua Edmonds. Trying to find the right place to get a run on him. Nubbins saying he and Sam out of the race tonight. Sounds like they were stuck at work. Joshua Edmonds now has pulled away from Joseph Truskowski. Edmonds finding some speed here. Joseph Truskowski, we've seen him come to know him as a very aggressive driver. May have used up those tires early on here. Tire management is going to be key here tonight at Richmond. We are already 19 laps into this one. We're going to go back to the battle for 10th. Robbie Good and Steven Linger battling it out. Good getting by Linger there. Samson saying it was too important of a race for him to race tonight. Come on, Samson. You could have got in here, maybe shaking some things up. With everyone going single file, everyone has gotten a little bit spaced out now. We're going to go back, take a look at the 9 car of Cole Shapesky. Now up to 13th, up 2 positions from where he started. Move back to the front of the field. Seth LaCroix still losing ground on Tyler Street. That gap now over a second between LaCroix and the leader at 4 of Tyler Street. He started on the outside and took advantage. And the way these cars are spread out and this green flag run, this looks like this could be another race that comes down to fuel strategy. We saw it last week in the ARCA series where fuel strategy and tire strategy won the race. These guys can go longer on the fuel runs, though. They do have 100% fuel in these cars, as well as 4 sets of tires rather than 3 like we see in the ARCA series. We're seeing Christopher Foote now challenging Joseph Truskowski, or trying to challenge Joseph Truskowski for that 8th position. Foote is underneath Truskowski. Not going to be able to make the move there. You see Truskowski getting a little bit loose, but he is still fast. Now pulling away from Christopher Foote. Foote going to try going just a little bit higher through the turns there. Foote getting back to the rear end of Joseph Truskowski. A slight blinking problem for Christopher Foote. If I remember correctly, he did have that issue last week as well. He is there on the outside now, though. Foote going to tag the wall. That's going to slow him down and allow Joseph Truskowski to try and pull away. Foote in the wall again. Got to think him trying to take over that position from Joseph Truskowski. He has got those tires warm, and that car does not want to turn. Very hard to control once those tires get hot, and we are 32 laps into this green flag run. Robbie Good now looking to challenge Christopher Foote from behind. Foot's not going to give up that easy, though. He's going right back to work on Joseph Truskowski. Truskowski now tagging the wall. Foot had a little bit of a run. Not going to be able to get it done there, though. See Robbie Good tagging the wall on the outside as well. These guys are pushing those cars hard early on here. Going back to the front of the pack, we're going to check in on Tyler Street now, as he is making his way around the lap traffic of Chris Jones in that 33 car. Go right back to this battle for 8th, though. Foot still not able to get any ground on Joseph Truskowski. He is there. He is just a little bit faster, but not fast enough to get around that 42. Foot now to the inside. Not going to work there either. His Foot now pulling up alongside Joseph Truskowski, and he's going to get him here. Christopher Foot down to 8th. Joseph Truskowski falling back to 9th. I would not expect that 42 car to give up that position this easy and go away without a fight. Truskowski is going to tag the wall again. That will allow Christopher Foot to open up that gap now. Moving back up to the front of the pack, Tyler Street now losing some ground to Seth LaCroix. LaCroix closing that gap by 0.2 of a second. Street's going to have to deal with lap traffic here. Maybe an opportunity that Seth LaCroix can capitalize on to take over that point position. Tyler Street approaching the lap car of Terrell Wheeler. Tyler Street still a little bit off the pace. These tires are getting used up. We are almost 45 laps on these tires under green flag conditions. Drivers have got to be thinking about when they can get to the pits here. Tyler Street now to the back bumper of the 43 of Terrell Wheeler. Seth LaCroix continuing to close in. Tyler Street going to go low underneath Terrell Wheeler. And Carol, I do believe the pit window for fuel on these cars is going to be around 50 to 60 laps for these guys. I think the big question here, though, is going to be tires. Looking at Seth LaCroix, he's getting ready to go on by Terrell Wheeler. LaCroix going to take the outside on the 43. As Tyler Street just put Chris Jones another lap down. Tires are going to be a little bit different, Carol. A lot of this race is going to be how well you manage your tires. So we will see probably some varying strategies when it comes to the tire usage of these cars. Seeing Robbie Good headed down pit lane now. He is opting for some new tires. So Robbie Good now coming off of pit lane. He will be 2 laps down. We're looking at lap time comparison between Tyler Street and Seth LaCroix. LaCroix just a 1/10 of a second faster than Street that last time by. LaCroix consistently running quicker laps than Tyler Street, but not quite able to close that gap. Go look further back in the pack. That's 17 of Joshua Edmonds. We saw him dropping early on, but he is now holding steady in 7th position. I do believe Edmonds trying to manage those tires and save a little bit for the long run. We are 55 laps under green now. See the 45 of Jonathan Dominics getting ready to be challenged by the 23 of Chris Evans as they approach the lap traffic. Chris Evans slowly reeling in Dominics. I go back and look at our leaders here. Seth LaCroix continuing to close that gap on Tyler Street now. As we're seeing Christopher Foote and Joseph Truskowski making their way down pit road for green flag pit stops. Go back to look at the 23 of Chris Evans and the 45 of Jonathan Dominics. Chris Evans is there. Tyler Street now going to head down pit road. Leaders on pit road. Seth LaCroix will take over that point position. As Robbie Good now trying to get a lap back from him. Joseph Truskowski now back out on track. It appears that he has some issues getting off of pit road, though. You see Joseph Truskowski going for a ride through the infield, but he is going to keep that car out of everyone else's way, and we stay green. Thomas Adams on the Facebook page now. What is going on, Thomas? We appreciate you sending out all those invites. Yellow flag is out, and it's Tyler Street involved. That's going to shake things up right in the middle of the pit cycle. And it was our race leader who was involved in that. We're going to go back, take a look, see what happened. It looks like Tyler Street just gets loose by himself, spins, goes up, taps the outside wall. Doesn't look like too much damage to that 4 car, if any at all. But that'll shake things up as Seth LaCroix has led the field down pit road. Seth on pit road, Jonathan Dominics, Joshua Edmonds, Chris Evans, Jamie Dunning, and Stephen Linger all on pit road. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break.
From the track to the tech, Creative Castle keeps your code running as clean as your laps. We test real-world devices and digital platforms so your next release won't crash in turn 1. At Creative Castle, we elevate your software with expert quality assurance and cross-platform testing. Whether it's native apps or networked hardware, we deliver precision-tested performance at scale. Behind every smooth app and smart device is a quiet castle. Creative Castle. We're the quality wizards and test knights who battle bugs and break bad code before it breaks your product. Creative Castle. Quality at full throttle. Your quest for quality ends here.
All right, and we are back, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Seth LaCroix will be your leader. Joseph Truskowski and Christopher Foote getting waved around the pace car there. Seth will restart in first. Jamie Dunning in second. Jonathan Dominics in third. Chris Evans in fourth. And Joshua Edmonds rounding out your top 5. Pace car is off. Seth LaCroix going to take off. Not going to be challenged from the outside here as he goes down into turn 1. Jonathan Dominic's trying to get underneath Jamie Dunning. Dominic's going to take away second, but Jamie trying a crossover move. Doesn't want to give it up that easy. These two battle it out for second. Jamie Dunning touches Jonathan Dominics. They are sideways going down the backstretch, bringing out our second caution of the night. They come to a rest there on the backstretch. We're going to go back, take a look at this. Looks like Jamie Dunning, just a slight miscalculation coming off a turn 2, gets up and just taps that 45 of Jonathan Dominics, sending them both around. That will be our second caution of the night, coming out here on lap 71. We are about to pass halfway. Terrell Wheeler. They're on the inside. Terrell Wheeler, our first car, a lap down. We are doubled up, getting ready to go back racing. Seth LaCroix will lead them to the green flag. Chris Evans to his outside. Joshua Edmonds in third. Dawson Price in fourth. Green flag is out. Seth LaCroix going to take off again. Chris Evans going to hold on to that second spot. Joshua Edmonds, though, in third. The highest he's been all night. Trying to hold off that 18 of Dawson Price. Gina Edmonds saying Joshua Edmonds loves this track. Joshua's got to love where he's sitting right now there in third. But the 18 of Dawson Price is giving him a run for his money right now. And there's Tyler Street in that 4 car. He has led the most laps here so far, trying to find a way back up to the front after spinning after coming off of pit road under green flag pit stops. They have now got it sorted out. Joshua Edmonds going to drop back to 5th. Dawson Price and Tyler Street both getting by him. But Seth LaCroix has already opened up that gap to over a second, taking advantage of that clean air out in the lead. We're going to go ahead and bring you a Creative Castle. Crank it up. All right, and we are back. Big thank you to Creative Castle for sponsoring that Crank It Up session. We're currently looking at the battle for third. Tyler Street trying to reel in Dawson Price. This is the first time that Tyler Street has been in that dirty air. See Tyler Street tapping the wall there. We go back up front. Look at Seth LaCroix now opening up that gap over to over a second and a half over Chris Evans. Street running away with this. These guys will have to pit one more time to make it on fuel and tires here. I'm sorry, I think I said Tyler Street running away with this. Correction, that is Seth LaCroix out to over a second and a half lead over second place Chris Evans. LaCroix running away with it. Tyler Street gonna have to hope for a caution here late in this race for a chance to get back up to the front, as he is going by Dawson Price right now. Tyler Street to the inside of Dawson. Street not able to get it done there. Dawson Price has his eyes set on the 23 of Chris Evans. That is a cool backstory there, Tina. Over there on the Facebook chat, if you guys are tuning in on YouTube, the 29 and the 17 are childhood buddies, also members of the veteran racing team, both having served in the U.S. military, and now they are out here racing together, sharing the track. Tyler Street going to try and go low on Dawson Price yet again. And we're going to take a look back here. Battle for fifth is Jamie Dunning trying to catch up to Joshua Edmonds. We go back to the front of the field. Seth LaCroix continuing to open up that gap. Almost at 2 seconds as we come down to 50 to go. Looking back at the battle for second now, Dawson Price has gotten underneath the 23 of Chris Evans. They're going to battle it out for second. That is going to open up the door for Tyler Street to reel these two in as well. Street may have an opportunity to get back to a podium position here as these two battle it out. Well, all this battling is going on here for second. Seth LaCroix still continuing to pull away. opening up that gap to 2.5 seconds. Dawson Price was trying to get by Chris Evans, but now Tyler Street to the outside of Dawson Price. Street may have the opportunity to take that position from Dawson here. And Irene LaCroix entering the chat on Facebook as well. Welcome to the broadcast, Irene. I don't believe I have seen you in here before. We are glad to have you here. And Tyler Street is going to complete that pass over Dawson Price as they have to contend with lap traffic. Going back up to the point man, Seth LaCroix at about a 2-second lead. He has backed it off a little bit, trying to save some tires here. As Samson's saying, the LaCroix family is representing. Samson, I do believe that the whole veteran community likes to represent here on the Rebel Racing Network. We are just missing Joseph, the NCO Benson, tonight. We've seen him on top the pit box for that veteran racing team, various veteran racing team drivers, but have not seen him active tonight. Seth LaCroix just put another car a lap down. And once again, guys, I see all the family representing out here. Make sure you go scroll down on our Facebook page to our Fan Vote Dash for Cash poll. Vote for your favorite driver. Once again, the championship race is next week. And the top 3 drivers from that poll will be entered for a chance to race against each other for a $50 pot. Go look back in the pack. Tyler Street still running in 3rd, trying to catch back up to that 23 of Chris Evans. Time winding down in this one. Tyler Street can get that 2nd position away from Chris Evans, and we get a late race caution. Tyler Street could come back from the back to win it here after that mid-race trouble. Looking at the lead Seth LaCroix has over Chris Evans right now, that lead is starting to dwindle a little bit. LaCroix still trying to save some fuel and tire here. And green flag pit stops have started here. Jamie Dunning on pit road as well as Robbie Good. They're going to fall another lap down. I tell you what, guys, I'm really loving this paint scheme by Seth LaCroix on that LaCroix car, not just because it has that Rebel Racing Network logo on it, but he is rocking a monster scheme here tonight, something we have not seen on that 29 car. Monster, I believe we can say that is the official energy drink of the armed services. We're looking at Chris Evans still trying to hold off that 4 of Tyler Street. Street continuing to close. Just a little bit faster that last time by. As Samson say, Seth did it to match the bumper on the top of the windshield. He and Jonathan Dominic's now heading down pit road. Rip It is the official energy drink. Samson, I think we got to clarify there. Rip It is the official energy drink of war when you're in country. But Marine Corps veteran here, I'm going to take a Monster over a Rip It any day when I'm stateside. Tyler Street still trying to go to work on that 23 of Chris Evans. And Jonathan Dominics was actually coming off of pit road there. Dominics has fresher tires here. He should be able to get around these guys, but that may open up an opportunity for Tyler Street to get by Chris Evans if Tyler Street were to just let Dominics go here. Dominics now to the inside of Chris Evans. Dominics going to go around. Tyler Street got a nose to the inside of the 23 of Chris Evans. You can really see how much brake they are using. Those brake rotors lighting up, glowing red. We are down to 24 laps to go. Seth LaCroix still in charge of this one. Jonathan Dominics on those fresh tires has already caught up to Seth LaCroix and looking to get a lap back here. And that gap between LaCroix and second place Tyler Street now opened up to almost 3 seconds. Tyler Street's going to need a caution here if he wants a shot at the win. Dawson Price trying to take a position back from Tyler Street. Street had a tough time getting by that 18 of Dawson Price, and that 18 is just refusing to go away. He is now getting to the back bumper of Street. We are down to 19 to go here. Here comes Jamie Dunning on the outside. That is a lap car. Again on fresher tires. Looking at the stint length on these pit stops. LaCroix with 66 laps on his tires. Tyler Street was 70. These guys trying to save the fuel and tires to make it the rest of the way. LaCroix, though, out to 3.5-second lead over Tyler Street. He was conserving. Now he is trying to pull away. Carroll still rooting for Cole Shapesky in that 9 car. Cole Shapesky having a tough race tonight. 6 laps down. Go back to the leader. Now out to a 4-second lead. Tyler Street has a mirror full of Dawson Price. Dawson Price, a nose to the inside on the entrance to turn 1. Tyler Street shutting the door, though. Now down to 11 laps to go. Tyler Street still holding off that 18 car and doing a good job of it. I'm not expecting to see Dawson Price push the issue here with Tyler Street. Once again, you see that green banner on top of Tyler Street's windshield. He is a playoff driver looking to go to the championship round. Now 8 laps to go. Since these two have gotten by that 23 of Chris Evans has dropped to about a second behind Dawson Price. These two continue to battle it out for second place. LaCroix, though, still with the lead. Looking to put Terrell Wheeler another lap down as he closes that gap with that 43 car. An update on the 9 of Cole Shapesky. He is now on pit road, getting that car serviced. Now 4 to go. Tyler Street sliding up the track. That opened up the door for Dawson Price. Price not able to capitalize there. Tyler Street gets out in front of him on the backstretch, and he's going to shut that door. They cross the line. Dawson Price is there. He is now to the inside of Tyler Street. Dawson Price going to take second away from the 4 of Tyler Street as they come down to 2 to go. We see Seth LaCroix now taking the white flag, a 5-second gap for Seth LaCroix. The battle is for second, but Dawson Price has pulled away from Tyler Street. Seth LaCroix going to come off turn 4. Seth LaCroix, your race winner, going to take home the checkered flag. Dawson Price will come home in second. Tyler Street in third. Chris Evans will come home fourth. And Joshua Edmonds rounding out your top 5. Thank you, Carol. It was a good race, a nice, clean race. That's something special, especially here at Richmond. We see the 17 and the 29 parking it next to each other there. Childhood friends Joshua Edmonds wanting to join in the celebration there a little bit with Seth LaCroix. Joshua Edmonds, I believe, will go to the championship 4. Seth LaCroix has punched his ticket to the championship 4. Tyler Street will go on to the next round. And it looks like Jamie Lee Dunning will be your last championship 4 driver. We wait for these drivers to make their way into the Discord for their interview. Seth LaCroix busy burning it down. Seth LaCroix going to park it and begin his celebration. We're going to go ahead and start our post-race interviews with the 4 of Tyler Street. He came home third. Tyler, it is Austin up in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, I can hear the frustration in your voice. I want to say congratulations on a podium finish, but you were so dominant there at the beginning, and then once those first cycle of green flag pit stops came out, you ran into some trouble. What happened there?
I got the new tires put on it, and I was a little loose at first, and then I went into the next corner, and I locked up the rear brakes immediately on it, and it just spun me right around. And I knew I had damage afterwards because I backed into the wall. I just didn't think to pit again, and I probably should have, and really just killed myself. I just more frustrated and pissed off than anything, just on myself of had something that was easily probably comparable with Seth. Um, and I really needed all the bonus points I could to try to really help me get into the championship league.
Well, I do believe you're still going to make the championship cut. With a third place finish here, and you did lead a good amount of laps, but we will stay tuned for that. Wait for the official results. If you do make the championship cut, what is your plan to take home the hardware this season?
I'm really not sure. I'm really good at Kentucky. I love the mile and a halfs. I suck at these like Richmond and the kind of like the smaller tracks like Richmond. Um, I really put in 100. I probably have 150 laps, 100, 200 laps before the race even started. So I'm more frustrated with tonight, but I'm hoping that I can make it into next week and just kind of reset all over again.
All right. Well, good luck next week, buddy. We're going to let you get on out of here and get to work on preparing. Before we do, though, anyone you want to shout out?
Of course, guys, shout out LGR. We got a good team here with Cole, Trell, and I. I know we're kind of all sporadic a little bit on the speedwise, but we're really trying to help everybody in this league or in this team. And then got to thank you for broadcasting every week. It's been fun. It really has been a fun season. Just like I said, very little frustration. It's got a lot of frustration after tonight. So yeah, I got to thank everybody, and just we'll try to reset the mind for next week.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck next week. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, that was Tyler Street in the 4 car coming home in third. We're going to move on to our second place finisher, Dawson Price. Dawson, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. What's up?
What is going on? I believe this is your first interview for a podium here in the NORA Cup
Yes, sir.
Series. Congratulations on a second place finish.
Hey, thank you, thank you. It was fun. Tonight was the most fun I've had in this league. Like that was a blast.
It looked like a lot of fun. We were glued to you and Tyler Street for probably the last 30 or so laps. Take us through that battle.
Man, so earlier on, we had a car in front of us, and we were just kind of the three of us in a line trying to catch the leader. And then things just kind of got diced up with some lap cars, and then we got around. I forget what car it is since I'm still new, but then it was me and him, and I kept getting to his bumper, but then the arrow I'm getting tight, or I don't want to run into him because he was mid corner a little slower, but I just kept it there and tried to do my best to like work around him, see if I could force him into a mistake or something, but it ended up working out and it was a blast.
Yeah, it was extremely fun to watch. We were glued to it and kind of hoping for a late race caution so you guys could give Seth LaCroix a run for his money, too.
Right. I think we were catching him there for a little bit when we were all single file, but if only.
If only. Once that battle starts, it's so hard to keep up with the leader, and he was able to put some distance between y'all. But still, second place finish. Something to celebrate. We'll stay tuned to watch you guys next week. You gonna be celebrating that second place finish tonight with some craft beer from Asheville?
Oh, I think I might have to. It's the perfect place.
Yes, it is. Asheville, the craft beer capital of North Carolina. I spent a couple years up there. Send me some craft beer, Dawson.
Hell yeah, I got you.
All right, I appreciate it. Before we let you get on out of here, anyone you want to celebrate or shout out?
Shout out my dad. Prycom, that's my main sponsor this weekend. He helped with the color scheme and the design, so that was pretty cool. But that's all. Glad to be second. Ready to do it again.
All right, buddy. Congratulations again. Have a good night.
All right, thank you, thank you. You too.
Thank you. Once again, that was Dawson Price coming home in second after a battle with Tyler Street for that position. We're going to move on to our big winner tonight, though. Seth LaCroix, driver of that 29 car, comes home in first. Seth, it's Austin up at the booth. You got me?
I got you.
Congratulations on taking home the win tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
Yep. I don't know how much you were paying attention when that first caution came out. Did you hear that it was Tyler Street, and what went through your mind?
No, I didn't. I didn't know who wrecked, but I'm running second behind Tyler, and at the end of that run, before the caution came out, I felt like I was slowly reeling them in towards the end of the run, and then everyone started pitting, and I asked over the radio, I said, am I missing something? Like we're like 15, 20 laps from being halfway, and so I'm like, why are they pitting? So I take the lead, we go about 10 laps, and I'm talking to the veteran racing team, and I'm like, I just don't understand why everyone pitted so early. I said, what if we get a caution? And within 1 second, boom, there's a caution. And it's like, oh my God, it fell perfectly. I didn't know it was street, but um, the car gets so tight on the long run, and going from a tight car to fresh tires sliding back all over the place, it's completely understandable. But man, he was super fast in the first run, and so I kind of went to tire saving mode, just wanted to keep him about a second. And so he got his lap back with the wave around. And I was like, I'm hoping that the other drivers are a buffer. I hope I could build big enough lead and still save my tire so he couldn't get to me. And it just felt really good. So.
Yep, it looked good there at the end. Tell us, how different was it once you got out there in that clean air in that point position?
It actually wasn't that different. Clean air is nice, don't get me wrong, but not having to chase someone down, I could just focus on running my marks. And was kind of funny was probably with about 40 something to go, Chris Evans called over the radio and told Tyler Street to keep it single file. We're catching him. And he should have never done that, because I locked back in, and that's when I really just started running super consistent lap times, and I ended up doubling my lead. So it was good. It was fun. Love this track. I love next week's track even more. So my buddy Josh also made it to the final four without a doubt. I got to do the math to see who else made it, but Jamie looks like he's in, and I think Tyler did enough to make it as well. So looks like it's going to be a great final four next week.
Yep, I do believe it will be you, Joshua, Tyler, and Jamie in the final four. We're going to wait for the official statistics to come out, though. But congratulations again. I know you're excited for Kentucky and probably ready to go get to work and start preparing for that one. But before we let you get out of here to celebrate, anyone you want to shout out?
Yep, my son Raylan watched the whole race. He was like just sitting over my left shoulder, just literally watching the whole race. But thanks, buddy, for your support. My wife, my parents, and my brother also is tuned in. So hoping to try to get my brother to come back racing next season, but we'll see. So, but appreciate you and the league as well. It was a fun race, and thanks for all the drivers, man. One caution, that's awesome. I wish the races were a little bit longer, but one caution, or it was two, but it was a lot of fun to just be able to just sit back and drive and hit your marks over and over and not be interrupted by a bunch of cautions. So it was awesome.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, buddy. Great show tonight. We'll be looking forward to see you compete for the championship next week. Have a good night, buddy.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Once again, that was Seth LaCroix, driver of the 29 car, taking home the win. Gonna move on to Kentucky. We're going to go through our official results. Taking home the win, we had Seth LaCroix in the 29 car. In second was Dawson Price. Tyler Street comes home third. Chris Evans in fourth. Joshua Edmonds finishes fifth. Jamie Lee Dunning comes home in sixth. Stephen Linger finishes seventh. In eighth, we had Jonathan Dominics. Ninth was Terrell Wheeler. Robbie Good comes home in 10th. Christopher Foote in 11th. Eric Jorgensen finishes 12th. Cole Shapesky finishes 13th. And 14th, we had Joseph Truskowski. Chris Jones finishes 15th. And rounding out your field in 16th was Byron Gay. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in to the Rebel Racing Network and the National Outlaw Racing Association Cup Series. We are coming right back to you tomorrow night starting at 9, live from Homestead for 100 laps for the ARCA Series' championship race. And then we will be back here next Sunday night for the Cup Series championship race, live from Kentucky for 125 laps. And then starting next week on the 17th, we have a new series joining the Rebel Racing Network. That is the Third Coast Xfinity Series run by Dakota Dennis and Marcus Castle. They still have some recruiting races to go. If you were interested in running that series, reach out to those two. And stay tuned for the recruitment races. And we will be tuning in to them on Wednesday night starting on September 17th. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you everyone for following us on Facebook. This is the first Cup Series that we raced that has been live on Facebook, and we are going to keep bringing these races to you live on YouTube and Facebook now. Until tomorrow night, everyone have a good evening, and we will see you back here tomorrow for the ARCA Series at Homestead.